Hey guys, so one of the things I hear from clients on a regular basis is that they don't really understand the different types of prints that I offer. They know what image they want to print, but they just don't know exactly what the print types are, the print media, if you will. And so I thought today we would go through those and I can talk about the 4 print media that I offer and talk about the strengths of each and hopefully help you move past that hurdle if you've been looking at a print so that you can not only choose the best image for your wall, but also the print media that really works for you. And so we're going to start with the basics. This is a paper print. Now, this isn't your just standard photo paper. This is satin fine art paper, really nice, a nice, thick, heavy paper print, no backing, but it's got great color rendition, great detail. Just a really great option. It's the most affordable option. As you can see, this is Milky Way over Boxley Valley, and you can just see all that beautiful detail in there. It's a really great option if you love framed prints. And I've got clients who really, picking the right frame for each print is part of the fun for them, and so they order these satin fine art paper prints, and they're a great option. Now, if you just run through the ordering process, do the instant checkout, whatever, you might miss one option that I recommend when you're ordering a satin fine art paper print. Again, there's no back into this. As you can see, it'll sort of, it's stiff, but it'll sort of curl. In the frame, you're really not going to have a lot of problems, but over the years, one of the weaknesses of a paper print is sometimes, depending on humidity and changes in the atmosphere, even inside a room, you might get a little bit of a wrinkle or a little bit of a sag. This nice heavy paper, reduces that, but it's still a possibility. However, there's a way to get around that. This is Portland Head Lighthouse. It's printed on the exact same paper I just showed you, satin fine art paper. But the difference is it is on a thick, hard styrene backing. As you can see, it's got some thickness to it. As you can see, it's not sagging. My recommendation when ordering satin fine art paper is to add that styrene backing. Look, you're ordering a fine art print. Why not get the best presentation you can? And if you take it to a quality framer, they're going to want to do this anyway. They're going to want to mount it on the on styrene to ensure that it doesn't wrinkle or bow during aging. And so you can just go ahead, you can just order it, and when it gets to your house, it's ready to go. Now, here's another great thing about it. I'm just holding it with 2 fingers on the back. I've got clients who just place these on a shelf with no frame. I've got one client who sent me a picture, and the print was just in like a little presentation stand on a foyer table, and it was beautiful, and so it gives you a little bit more option. You don't have to frame it if you don't want to, but if you're going to frame it, it's ready to go in the frame. Framers just got to slap the back on, put the hangers, and you're ready to go. All right, and so that is, the satin fine art paper print. Again, my recommendation with the styrene backing. Okay, next is the classic art presentation. This is a canvas gallery wrap, and so it is printed on museum quality canvas, and it's that canvas has a little bit of texture, and so it really gives a beautiful art look to your print. you have to get pretty close to see that texture, so don't worry about, you know, there being too much texture. But it's just, if you go to a museum, it's what you see on the museum wall. It's a 1.5 inch, you know, wood stretcher that this thing is mounted on. It's wrapped around. The edges are tucked really nice and tight. Comes with a hanger. No frame needed. Black edges so that the focus is on the face of the print. And, you know, this is Glade Creek Grist Mill in West Virginia. And, I mean, just look at that. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous presentation. This, for years, was my favorite. We're going to talk about my new favorite here in a second. But this is a really great option if you like that classic art presentation. You can't go wrong with a canvas gallery wrap. All right, now for my favorite. Satin metal print. Okay, why satin metal print? Well, this is a fine art print that's adhered to a aluminum piece of metal, which I know is redundant, but it is, you know, a beautiful contemporary look. It has a stiff, you know, nice, heavy mounting block on the back. It stands off the wall a 1/2 inch, and so it looks like it's really just hanging off that wall. Now, here's the cool thing. Metal prints have been around forever. I've always liked them. The one weakness that I found was in the glossy metal prints that are usually offered. They have great depth. A metal print just adds this depth that is hard to explain. I hear that all the time when people order them. They email me and say, man, I can't believe the depth in that photo. And sort of get closer, you can see just how beautiful that is. The color rendition, the detail, it's just amazing on a metal print. But the glossy finish that is the norm for metal prints really, for me, is a little off-putting. I've got one in my bed in my home, and I love it. It just looks great, but when I stand in front of it, I can see my reflection. And so that was the reason it wasn't my favorite. I really liked it, but it wasn't my favorite. However, these satin metal, look at this. There's no, you point it straight at a light, yeah, you're going to get some reflection, but you hang it on the wall, and those lights that are up there, no reflection at all. It's wonderful. All the benefits of a metal print in terms of the depth and color rendition and detail without that distracting reflection. Just wonderful. Again, very contemporary, no frame needed, comes ready to hang. Perfect option if you like a contemporary look. And then the final choice is the most expensive, but it really is a nice look. This is an acrylic print. And so this again is a fine art print with a 1/4 inch acrylic block adhered to the front of it. And man, it is beautiful. Again, wonderful detail and depth. The colors are amazing. There's something about an acrylic that really heightens the feel of the image in terms of, you can just feel the depth of it, the difference in you know, the foreground and the background in terms of the depth. There is a little bit of reflection, not terrible, but there is some. You have two options on my site. You can get the dye bond, which is the metal that is backing these acrylic prints, and that provides real stability and rigidness for the acrylic. It is acrylic, and so if you order without this dye bond, which is an option on my site, you know, it's not that you lose the rigidity, but the stability is a big thing. You have to make sure that you're careful with a standard acrylic that's not backed with this metal. You also have two choices in mounting. This is the cleats, the sort of French cleats, and so instructions come how to do that. And then you also can get corner stainless steel standouts. I prefer the French cleat in the back because if you're doing the corners, you have 4 holes you have to drill, and they better be square, or they're going to be sitting like this, and there's no way to adjust it. So this is my my recommendation. But an acrylic print, great option. It is just more expensive, and so you can't go wrong with any of these. If I were going to make a recommendation, I would say the Satin Metal or the Canvas Gallery Wrap. That would be my 2 recommendations. They don't need framing. Yes, the satin fine art paper prints are the least expensive, but look, guys, you're ordering a fine art print. You don't want to put that print in just a Walmart $10 frame. And so by the time you add in a quality frame job, you're really not going to be talking that much difference between a metal print or a canvas gallery wrap. And so those would be my 2. I like the contemporary look of the satin metals, but if you like the classic art presentation, you just cannot go wrong with the canvas gallery wrap. All right, guys, so I hope that that clears up some questions. If you have any other questions, either comment below, or better yet, shoot me a message. We can get in touch and clear up any questions. All right, guys, y'all have a good day. Holler if you need something.